Hey folks, Mike Murdis, Gamer Logic here. You know, if you've been watching my game room tour videos lately, one subject that was very popular among the tour was the fact that I should get a AV Famicom. A lot of people were recommending that I pick one up just for my current setup, and I was actually looking for one previously anyway, but the thing was I had to get one for the right price. So I did a lot of digging around forums and Craigslist and everything and didn't really have a lot of luck, and fortunately I finally scored one for a decent price, and it actually arrived, and here it is. So this is a complete AV Famicom. And a little history on this actual unit. This was purchased brand new in 2003. This was new stock. Now, I don't know the exact manufacturing dates or end date of manufacturing for Famicom stuff, but I'm pretty sure around 2003, 2004, 2005, they stopped manufacturing these units. So I don't know if this was just brand new and it was sitting around for a while and it was never opened and someone bought it, or if they were still manufacturing these units. But the seller assured me that it was in pristine shape. You know, box-wise, it's a little beat up. It actually looks pretty good. There's a little bit of tearing on the side here, but that's not a big deal. But I wanted to go ahead and kind of show this to you guys, open it right from the box, show you what everything looks like, and we'll hook it up and see if it works. So let's see if this thing is as good as the seller made it out to be. Here we go. Alright, well, let's tear this sucker open and see what we got. Obviously, here is the front of the box. Side's got the basic picture on the side here, and we flip around to the back. We have some basic instructions in Japanese as far as how to hook the system up. If you're going to do RF, or if you need to do an aerial hookup, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and open this. Out, and there we go. So there is the Famicom AV, and with it is another Dogbone controller, which I think I have my Dogbone controller from the Toaster NES2 that I had, and as you can see, pretty similar, no real difference there, same mold and everything. Cord looks to be about the same size, same adapter, so no difference there. Nice that I have two Dogbone controllers, but very nice there. And we have a AV hookup, which, if I am correct, that is the same type of adapter that you can use for a Super Nintendo, N64, stuff like that, so that should hook up pretty easy with my current setup. And then here we go. Here is the Famicom AV itself, and I'll get a different shot of that. Inside here we have AC adapter warnings, and we have the original manual. So as you can see, this is complete. Alright, the AV Famicom is hooked up. Essentially all I needed to do was use my 3-in-1 game adapter from my Famicom and plug it into the AV Famicom. I was able to take any regular Super Nintendo, GameCube, pretty much any system that had a Nintendo AV out on it and get that plugged in cable-wise, so I didn't have to open up the packaging for my Famicom AV, so I can keep that sealed. That's cool there. And we are ready to play, so I'm going to grab a game and see if this sucker works. Alright, so I got a game plugged into it, TVs are on. By all means, this system should power up without issue, so let's check it out and see if that's the case. Oop, heard it on the TV, went out for a second. Oh, it's playing on there. There it is. Upscaler was just getting the audio signal, and look at that. We have Castlevania 3, the Famicom version, ready to rock. And playing beautifully on both the CRT and the LCD HD TV. Love the soundtrack of this game. Let's turn up the soundbar a little bit. Awesome. I'm really happy that I was able to acquire one of these. I've been looking for one for a while, but the price had to be right, and Well, I found one for the right price. Now, one awesome advantage I see from this already is if you look at my little audio mixer down here I have for all the consoles and for going to my recording equipment, is this is doing stereo now, which is kind of nice. Very happy about that. And one other thing I didn't notice about the AV Famicom here is the fact that it's got this extra port down here for the original Famicom accessories that plugged in through the extension port. And for those of you unfamiliar with what the extension port, the controller extension port is, it's the same thing on the old Famicom here. This basically comes off and it allows you to plug in third-party or first-party accessories for the Nintendo Famicom. I'll show you an example. When I bought the Famicom, I wanted a little bit longer for the wires and to be able to actually play the thing without being crunched up, because there's not a lot of space to drop this down on the floor and play it. So I picked up this Famicom, or not, well, it is Famicom, but it's a Hudson Joy-Card. And this is a great joystick, great joypad, because it has the ability, kind of like the TurboGrafx 16 pads or PC Engine pads, to do turbo on both the A and B button. So it's a great controller. It's got a longer cable, but if you notice, the hookup at the end of it is very different from anything you see on a original Nintendo, right? And that's because that plugs right into this, or in this case it would plug into the thing on the side here. So I am able to still use any of the Japanese accessories I bought for the Famicom. And even better, if there is an American accessory I want to use that has the old school plug-in like this, all I have to do is plug it into the front of the Famicom like normal. Which is kind of cool, because you know, when I have people over, if they want a similar controller, here's the American version of this controller that was released. This is the Joy-Card Sansu SSS that was released. It's essentially the same controller as the Hudson Joy-Card, but it actually has a port in it for the headphones and a couple other things. If you check out Satoshi Matrix YouTube videos, he does a thing called the Controller Chronicles. This is actually where I found out about this thing, to have an American version of it. Well, now it doesn't matter if I use the American version or the Japanese version, because I'm able to do both, which is pretty awesome. But overall, I'm very happy I got this thing. It's playing great, and I'm looking to do some Famicom games with the proper audio, as well as some other things on some live streams and covering some other stuff about it soon. That's all for now, guys. Peace.